How many pieces in Jenga? Jenga is a fun game that requires both physical and mental skill. But to be a great Jenga player, you must understand important game details, such as how many pieces in Jenga and the size of the game's blocks. How many pieces are there in a Jenga set? There are 54 pieces in a Jenga set, though it might seem that there are more than that many when looking from afar. Every new Jenga set includes 54 polished wooden pieces in a special sleeve for arranging the blocks when constructing the tower. When Jenga founder Leslie Scott created the original Jenga set, it only had 48 blocks. Along the line, Scott decided to add 6 more blocks to make it 54. Today, all Jenga sets come with 54 block pieces and a loading tray. You need the loading tray to put the Jenga pieces together when creating the tower at the start of the game. Jenga block piece design. Jenga blocks are made of wood pieces that are smooth and lightweight, making it easy to slide them out of the tower without it collapsing. The blocks come in a natural wood color, but you can also get some Jenga sets with colored blocks. Each Jenga block is shaped like a rectangular prism. The bars are designed to be used for an extended period of time. Jenga pieces are 3 times the length of their width and 1/5 the thickness of their length. How many pieces are there in a giant Jenga? There are 54 pieces in a giant Jenga set, the same as in a standard Jenga game set. The blocks are made from natural wood and have a rectangular shape. The game setup is the same for all variations, and it includes a special sleeve that you can use to form a tower. Giant Jenga block pieces are much larger than those in a classic Jenga set. However, the rules of giant Jenga are the same as the rules of a standard Jenga game. You start the game by creating an 18-story tower using 54 blocks, and players then take turns trying to remove a block piece from the lower parts of the tower to create a higher story until the tower falls. What's the Jenga height? The Jenga height is about 8 inches, 20 centimeters, for a standard Jenga game set. However, giant Jenga towers measure around 26 inches, 66 centimeters. Some giant Jenga towers could be as high as 5 feet, 1.5 meters, and consist of 54 block pieces. The tower has 6 columns and 6 rows, divided into 3 levels. Giant Jenga wood dimensions. A giant Jenga piece has dimensions measuring 3 cm by 5 cm by 15.25 cm, 1.1 by 1.9 x 6 in, while a classic game piece is 1.5 cm by 2.5 cm by 7.5 cm, 0.5 by 0.9 by 2.9 in. Some heavy-duty Jenga giant blocks can even be much larger than this. How many rows are there in a giant Jenga? There are 18 rows in a giant Jenga. When starting every Jenga game, you stack 54 block pieces into a rectangular tower of 18 layers. Giant versus regular Jenga pieces count. Giant Jenga pieces are huge, most being about 5 times larger than the regular pieces. The giant Jenga set has the same number of pieces as a regular game set. Conclusion. Every Jenga set has 54 pieces, all of which are made of natural wood and have a rectangular prism shape, and some sets also come with a loading tray that you can use to put the blocks together.